Good Monday morning to you, folks. How are you? Beginning of another week, and I don't like this getting up and early like I have a real job. I didn't get into show business to work and keep fisherman's hours. What the fuck? Come on in, Deke. Take a look at this kid's haircut. I believe I hired this guy. There you go, Justin Bieber. Hey. It's not a bad, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's Roy Orbison here. Coffee and Zambuca. How are you, folks? Good to be with you. Not really. I'd rather be in bed. But let's be honest. So would you. Real quickly, dates. You get these at nickdip.com. I want to bang these out because I have no memory. Saturday, August 10th, not this weekend, next weekend, Newtown Theater, Newtown, Pennsylvania. Beautiful venue. I've done it before. Friday and Saturday, Helium Comedy Club in Philly. That's August 16th and 17th. Make a note on this one. Thursday through Saturday. This is my agent booking me. 3 nights, Tommy? No. I didn't agree to that. The Comedy Works in Las Vegas. It's the most gorgeous room. It's at the Plaza Hotel. They actually shot some scenes from a casino in it. And my manager, it's his room now. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to do it. And I'm telling you, Vegas, gambling, whores, chlamydia, it's all there for you. Founded by none other than Mo Green. Thursday, October 10th, Levity Live, Nyack, New York. Friday, November 15th, Cortland Repertory Theater, Cortland, New York. Saturday, November 16th, Comedy Works, Saratoga Springs, New York. Then New Year's Eve back at the beautiful Tarrytown Music Hall, Tarrytown, New York. Friday, January 24th, that's of 2020, the Ridgefield Playhouse, Ridgefield, Connecticut. Saturday, February 15th, Kelsey Theater, Lake Park, Florida. We'll be adding more dates, hopefully. I need the fucking money, okay? I want to get a nice fence for my house. Go to Cameo.com. You want me to send you a video message roasting one of your friends or your relatives or an enemy or a friend or say happy birthday to Grammy, who will be dead within the next 6 months. Get it in now. It's a Grammy special. Dying of osteoporosis. She's spitting up blood. Let me say hello to her and kiss her ass goodbye. Cameo.com. Fill it out. I did a couple for this weekend. So we're back, and big shout-out to somebody signed up at the veto level, which is the highest level here. Brad Hutchings. Thank you so much, Brad. Go to nickdip.com to contribute and sign up on Patreon. I'll tell you why that's important later on in the show. And also at the bottom of the hour, as we say in radio, we have Vince James from the Red Elephant YouTube, provocateur, solid guy. Conservative, funny. We've had him on before, so we got him coming up at 11:30 Eastern Time, bottom of the hour. And we're going to do another segment of Nick's drive-bys. Jason went out and filmed some people, and, we like to pick on people that can't hit back. What's in the news today? Oh, I don't know. Somebody called Trump a racist. Wow, that's breaking news. You people on the left, you people, that's right, I said it. I'm bringing it back. You people. Is that all you fucking got, really? You guys know the whole brouhaha. Elijah Cummings, that old race baiter, civil rights icon, they say, who might have been true. Yeah, that's his face every time he sees a white person. Who has acne at 78? Suppose... they'll say Trump's pointing a gun at him. That's the red dot. That's how the left will. This guy's been nothing but a race baiter, and his district, Baltimore, is his shithole. And Trump called him out on it, and here's why he did. You listen, lefties. He's done nothing but call Trump a racist since he got in office. Now he's helping subpoena Trump's family because this whole hoax thing has to go on. He's nothing but a Trump hater, okay? And the older black guys get, the more racist they get. That's a theory that Chris Rock put out, by the way. He has a great bit on it. I should have pulled it. But this guy has done nothing for his district. I think it's District 7 in Maryland, which includes Baltimore. And he's constantly saying what horrible conditions at the border as far as the detention centers and how filthy. And Trump has had enough. This guy's done nothing but attack. So Trump replies with some tweets this weekend. Rep. Elijah Cummings has been a brutal bully, shouting and screaming at the great men and women of Border Patrol about conditions at the southern border when actually his Baltimore district is far worse and more dangerous. His district is considered the worst in the USA. That would be our country. As proven last week during a congressional tour, the border is clean, efficient, and well-run. I don't know about that, but it's cleaner than Baltimore. For Christ's sake, Jason's toilet is cleaner than Baltimore at his apartment. I told you that thing had 80 pubes around the rim. Just very crowded. Cummings district is a disgusting rat and rodent-infested mess. They got pissed at infested. That's the word all the lefties on CNN are having trouble with. If he spent more time in Baltimore, maybe he could help clean up this very dangerous and filthy place. That's all he said. Why is so much money sent to Elijah Cummings' district when it's considered the worst run and most dangerous anywhere in the United States? No human being would want to live there, and that's where they're getting all. He didn't say people who live in Baltimore aren't human beings. You dumb leftist fucks who keep twisting the language. And that's the problem. The people on the right are actually, most of us, very literal. Okay, we have grammatic skills. We know what the sentence means. Where is all the money going? How much is stolen? Investigate this corrupt mess immediately. And I challenge anyone to tell me that any of that, what he said in that tweet, is untrue. And it's not racist because Elijah Cummings is a black man. Okay, if he said that about a white politician running that district, would you be saying it's racist? No, you wouldn't. He didn't mention race anywhere in there. Infested is the word. And to prove that Trump is right, did you guys remember Democratic Baltimore, Pugh? You know this lady who looks like she looks like a black female Don Knotts. Like her filthy. As the media and Democrat Party tries to portray Trump's tweets about Baltimore as racist, a resurfaced clip from last year shows Democratic Mayor Catherine Pugh complaining about the poor conditions in part of the city, specifically rats and dead animals. Pugh made the remarks during a Fox 45 segment while touring a Baltimore neighborhood that was supposed to highlight her violence reduction initiative. And you know there were 12 cops while she was doing the report behind her. But here's what Mayor Catherine Pugh had to say last year. Okay?
About a year ago, city leaders identified some of the city's most violent neighborhoods.
What the hell?
What
You
the
should just take all this down.
To target
Ooh, you can smell the rats.
under Baltimore's Violence Reduction Initiative.
Ooh, Jesus.
Just last week, we went with Mayor Pugh as she toured.
Pause. Anybody get the pun that her name is Pugh? Mayor Pugh going, Jesus, I smell rat shit. Pugh. Guarantee nobody picked up on that on Fox or any other. Nice, sensible shoes, by the way. That's the official shoe of the lesbian. Go ahead.
Baltimore neighborhood.
This a new one. I've been down here 54 years.
Whoa!
This a new one.
Pause.
Baltimore-
Former linebacker Brian Cox for the Patriots has hit hard times. Holy, what's this? This is like a marching band in New Orleans after a funeral. Go ahead.
Baltimore's Violence Reduction Initiative is about taking steps to rid communities of the cornerstones that contribute to
Oh
crime.
my God, you can smell the dead animals.
Blocks of dilapidated buildings help to hide the addiction that's crippled this community.
You can smell the dead animals. Yeah, Trump was so wrong. And again, just because he said it to Elijah Cummings doesn't make it racist. It does not make it fucking racist. Trump is right on the money.
You are correct, sir.
God help us. Oh, my God. The viral video came in response to media figures and Democrats falsely claiming the president's tweets on Saturday were racist. Nowhere, like I said, nowhere in Trump's tweets did he mention race as he called out the poor living conditions inside Elijah Cummings' district. Elijah Cummings has been in Washington forever. He's been too busy race baiting and leading the Black Caucus and whatever. He doesn't give two fucks about those people. And that's all Trump said. But again, if you criticize a politician who is a person of color, that's Spanish for color, or British, I have no fucking idea, that makes you racist. We found that out when Obama got it. And by the way, then I saw Wanda Sykes, who I'm trying to tolerate. I work with her at HBO. We said good laughs together. She went out to Hollywood and went fucking batshit crazy. but she's all over this too, and I just, I can't take it anymore. It's got to backfire. It has to.
Bernie Sanders wasn't exactly kind to Baltimore a few years ago.
Here's what Bernie had to say. Anyone who took the walk that we took around this neighborhood would not think you're in a wealthy nation. You would think that you were in a third world country. He said that 4 years ago. Nobody in the media called him a fucking racist. They just called him an old wrinkled Jew. What? No, they didn't. I've walked around here. I stepped in dog shit. I stepped in human shit. There was a couple of fucking needles. I saw a young colored woman being groped in one of those buildings. Nobody said shit when Bernie said it. Keep playing that race card, assholes, right to the bitter end. More confirmation that Trump was not out of line with his statements, okay? I think there was a black girl reporter, Kimberly Classic, I think her name is. She went around and did a piece on these neighborhoods in Baltimore. She did great work, and she put it on Twitter. Let's take a look at.
Watch the broken glass.
Look at that. It's Jason's apartment. Here's the kitchen.
I got it.
Where's the TV at?
Thank you, thank you.
That looks like my frat. I gotta be
This
honest.
is an abandoned
At UMaine.
row home. It's good.
Yeah. Pause. They're doing a live broadcast and they need clearance. They might as well be going door to door in Fallujah. Look at that. I could buy that shit on Craigslist today. Go ahead.
This is where the homeless stay.
You sure it's safe?
Yeah, it's good. You all right.
So I just wanted to walk you through a typical abandoned row home in
So how
West
long do you think this row home has been abandoned?
This is what many people live right
Yeah.
next door to.
Oh, I've been here 10 years, so it's been over 10 years. This time with
It is.
It's Alan
But
Ivers's
I can see
apartment.
why people would live here for shelter. You know what I mean?
right.
Here, let me see up here.
They want $1,100 for that in Baltimore. Does that include water? No, but you get crack and syringes. Okay. Anyways, so that nice job by that woman, Miss Classic, to reveal some of this shat, and then they actually talked to a woman from the neighborhood, this woman Michelle, and here's her take on the Cummings Trump feud. Again, they just can't handle the fucking truth.
Hello, it's me again.
Again?
World. I was so excited when Miss Kim told me how many hits that we got and that the president actually responded to a lot of comments. And what he said was definitely true. He hasn't done anything for us.
He's talking
For the
about
last-
Cummings.
I think he's
She's talking about Cummings. Don't think she's talking about the president. Go ahead.
been in office over 20 years.
30.
30? Okay, so I was like 18 back then, and he hasn't done anything for us. No cookouts, no shoe giveaway, no clothes giveaway.
Pause. Hold on a second. I'm trying to. You're waiting on the government and your representatives to provide cookouts for you? But seriously, therein lies the problem. They want government to, they ain't clean my tub. Got my kid no baseball glove. He ain't do shit. I love this woman, though. She's laying it out, and she's being perfectly. Who's the guy behind her about the mugger? There's a fucking white Uber car. That guy's got a poison dart in his neck. Go ahead.
Nothing for the, and then y'all want to know about the houses. He haven't done anything. Today is Saturday, July the 27th, 2019, not 1819. It's today.
I love it.
It's a little bit after 6 p.m.
You go, Michelle.
And like I said, I'm so excited. I'm so impressed with Miss Kim because she's helping us, and she's the only one. Y'all need to put her in office. Y'all need to give her his job, for real. And I'm just not saying that. It's true. Okay, the house, as far as the house and everything, like I said, he has never done anything for not even one person that I know of. I never heard anybody say anything about him. And people want to talk about Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Why is this man over there taking care of people at the border? We hungry. We need a place to stay. We feel like we're in a concentration camp. And it's just sad.
Amen.
He worried more about them than his own people.
Amen. Because this all started about Elijah criticizing the border conditions and the detention centers. And she brings it up. She's right on. The Democrats, Pelosi, Elijah Cummings, all of these fucking assholes that are running in 2020, they don't give a shit about U.S. citizens because they need the future vote, the black and brown vote. That's going to be very important. It's a power grab. It's all. They don't give two shits about these people. She was so right on the money. And then they got more specific and asked Michelle, because everybody's pointing fingers at Trump and calling him racist. Have you ever, I thought the race car would have burnt out 10 years ago. Which makes me worried that it's still relevant. That means there's enough dumb people in the country that still believe it. Because they watch CNN on a loop and MSNBC and Nod. But they ask Michelle here, and again, she's right from the neighborhood, about the president and his views on race specifically.
CNN, especially host Victor Blackwell, he's saying that Trump is racist for calling out Representative Elijah Cummings for the way his district looks and just for pointing it out, basically. Do you agree?
Trump is not racist, not to my knowledge. I'm glad that he pointed it out. I'm glad that he put him on blast.
Amen.
Because people in West Baltimore have been putting Elijah Cummings on him on blast for years.
Pause. Can somebody tell me what on blast means? I love it. I'm going to use it from now on. I got my wife on blast. That fucking rug's not going to vacuum itself. That was sexist, misogynist. I'm joking. We have a maid, a little Filipino kid with leather shorts who vacuums the house. We'll put him on blast. Is that what you're saying, on blast? All right. On notice, I guess. I love Baltimore street speak. Go ahead.
In office, he never did anything for us, like I said.
God bless you, Michelle. Putting race aside, if somebody could be objective other than Michelle, it's got nothing to do with fucking race. And if anybody's a racist in this scenario, it's Elijah Cummings. Did I just say that? Yeah, yeah, but Pelosi comes to, but he's a civil rights icon. Okay, I'm not saying he didn't go through some shit and did some good stuff, but you stick around D.C. long enough, you're corrupted by it. Cummings, you have done nothing. That's what I got to say. Then CNN, his creme de la creme. This guy, Victor Blackwell, on CNN. He went to the acting school that, who was that woman, Erica Thomas, last week, that said the white guy chewed her out at the supermarket? Remember I said she must have studied with fucking Adler in New York in the 60s? Great actress. Well, here's another guy turning on the tears. I love that Trump's actually making people cry on the other side. He's making people cry. But here's Victor Blackwell on CNN and how upset
the president
was.
says about Congressman Cummings' district.
Bite lip, pretend you're upset. Now pull nose hair to cause crying. Oh.
That no human would want to live there. You know who did, Mr. President? I did.
What's your point?
From the day I was brought home from the hospital to the day I left for college. And
Pause.
A lot of people.
He's brought home from the hospital after he was mugged. They don't mention when he was 16 he got hit by a... Go ahead.
I care about still do. There are challenges, no doubt. But people are proud of their community. I don't want to sound self-righteous, but people get up and go to work there.
So what?
They care for their families there.
Pause. Doesn't change the fact it's a shithole. What the fuck? It doesn't change the facts. They go to work there. Yeah, and make fucking shit wages. Come home to trash and drug and homeless people. Doesn't change anything. It's a beautiful speech. I'm sure you'll be up for a Tony. Don Cheadle will be hosting. Go ahead.
They love their children who pledge allegiance to the flag, just like people who
Pause.
live in...
No, they don't. No, they don't. I bet you can find a district where they're trying to stop the pledge allegiance to the flag. But go ahead.
Districts of congressmen who support you, sir. They are Americans, too. We'll be right back.
You can't handle the truth!
Go ahead. Cry like a bitch.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
Look at him. Burt Reynolds used to do that. It was in an article in Playboy how they made him cry. You'd have to pull a nose here. He had no feelings like me. It doesn't change, Mr. Blackwell. Is this the guy that judges clothes and tells you? Only Rich knows what I'm talking about, right? Remember Blackwell in the 80s? He's the guy that would... Yeah. Thanks for adding that. Yeah, I do. The word infested is where they went crazy. In other words, these cities are infested with black and brown people. He's comparing them to... That was the whole take. They had a problem with infested, which he uses all the time. It had nothing to do with race. I'm sorry, and it doesn't change it. You can cry all you goddamn want. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? I told you guys on Monday about Facebook taking down one of my ads for Breath of Fresh Air. We put a clip up. Here's what they pulled it down. So finally I'm being noticed, which means my internet team is doing their job. Your page has a violation. Facebook community standards and policy violations could lead to limitations such as page unpublishing, reduce distribution, and more. Recent violations: hate speech with a big fucking red triangle. Your content was removed by Facebook for going against our community. What community is that? Community of fucking nerds with paper skin? The trigger generation? Wah! Wah, 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 wah. So they yanked it down. And again, this is a bittersweet moment for me. It's like, okay, fuck you, but another part's like, oh, good, I'm finally on the radar. And I appreciate Facebook and all you do for us people. Having a whole generation live to see one of these. I get fake friends. Ooh, I put a picture of me up in the fucking above-ground pool in Ohio. 3 thumbs up. Jack-offs. Even though people who work at Facebook have actually come out and said that it's biased. Here's my clip of what they had a problem with from Breath of Fresh Air. You can watch it on YouTube. It's up to right under 600,000 views in 3 months. Go ahead.
Yeah, I fucking love Trump,
Don't curse,
Wants
Nick.
to build a wall. I think that's stupid. Why build a fucking wall when you have machine guns and flamethrowers? Another great joke wasted on faggy, liberal, mindfuck MSNBC watchers.
Pause. I'm saying that to my fans. I'm calling them liberal fags. That's on me. But I think that was probably the problem. I used the word fag. I'm not kidding you. They had no problem with a flamethrower, the shooting of illegals. I said fag. I'm guessing there's some gay people that work in the upper echelons of Facebook who went, flag it! That's hate. I swear. I'm telling you, that's the word that might have done it. But go ahead.
We're not even talking about using weapons to defend. Where are we? You gonna tell me if you picked off one of those creeps coming over the fence, anybody else would follow for the next 10 years? Answer me. Answer me, you fucks.
Nope.
Okay, you don't have to kill him. That's a little too medieval for you people. Okay, just a super soaker filled with cat piss. Just fucking drench him.
And filled with solutions.
Be inventive with a wall. Make it like the Green Monster at Fenway. Put seats at the top, people with rifles. Every time an illegal gets killed, the guy comes out and puts a 1 up on the board. Put up a crooked number, Trump. I will. Trump actually had a great idea he couldn't have come up with this line. Somebody must have given him this line. They were saying, the press a couple weeks ago, a wall is medieval. And Trump goes, well, a wheel is medieval. We're still using that. It's a great fucking line.
Best line ever.
You should compromise. Make the wall out of wheels. 30 feet. That wouldn't work. The Mexican side would be missing hubcaps after the first 3 weeks. But, they'd be floating across the river with the tires. There's a hole in the wall. Let's float through that thing.
Oh, my goodness. That was hate-filled. Because I meant all that. So you guys tell me what they had a problem with. I still think it's the word, I swear to God, the word, they can't believe that I believe we're going to build a wall out of wheels. And although I really do bring up the point when we talk about protecting our borders, we don't even mention lethal force. I mean, if you really believe in invasion, and I'm not saying shoot, but I am saying rubber bullets. I'm not kidding. Tiny landmines, tiny ones. Not that will blow you apart like in World War I, but ones that'll just stun your feet. Make it feel like your feet are asleep. You couldn't blow the foot off because, like I said, how's a guy going to clean your pool or cut your lawn with a stump? So that's what they had a problem with and took it down. So it's amazing to me that, again, I'm happy that I'm on the radar, but everybody, you heard the people laughing. They know that I'm a comic. I have license to say all kinds of stuff. Teak, did you see anything there that you would throw into the...
No, not at all.
Why am I asking you? You think just like I do? Somebody go find a liberal in the fucking front building. But that's that's where we are, folks. And I couldn't be prouder to be part of the counterculture now. You know, they're making me into a Lenny Bruce. And trust me, there's plenty of legal Latinos who are for the wall. That's been documented. But who is Facebook to tell you that's hate speech, okay? And Google, and that's what's going to happen during the election. Don't tell me it's not going to affect the election. And I've said it again, don't worry about China interfering or Russia. Worry about the big tech companies. They control every bit of information that you guys get on the internet to decide how you're going to vote. So that's what you should be worried about. I'm just a comic having some fun with a point of view that they don't like. And Zuckerberg, I will find your house. I know where your parents live because it's in Westchester County. I think you have a cat. Anyway, somebody who knows something about this is a guest that we've had on the show before. And he's out there. He's been out there fighting this battle. He's got a very popular show on YouTube. If you remember, he was caught up in the whole Vox thing where they whacked about 100 conservative shows. They demonetized people. They took their shows off the air, and they went after Dennis Prager. But our guest today, and he's a great guy. We've had him on before, is Vince James from the Red Elephants. And this guy knows because he was demonetized after that whole Vox scandal and that little pussy Mazza who went on some rampage. Vince, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining the show.
Good. Nice to talk to you again.
What is the latest, Vince? Are you still you're still demonetized? Yeah.
Yeah, correct. The main channel has been completely demonetized. You know, that means no super chats, none of this, no revenue. Even if someone wanted to personally give a super chat, that is disallowed right now on the channel. But that's just, it's fine. It's just to de-incentivize me, right? This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to de-incentivize me from continuing on. And of course,
it does the opposite.
Right. We do the opposite. We just go harder than ever.
And the thing is, when you get caught up in that Vox thing, it started with Crowder going after this Mazza guy and making jokes, again, about his sexuality, whatever. And then, so you were like collateral damage. I mean, you weren't the cause of this whole mess, but they scooped you up. Why? Because they look at how many followers you have and that you're popular? Is that how it works?
Yeah, there was a bunch of channels that got demonetized. I think we have the list on the redelephants.com of all the channels that got demonetized. There was also channels that got outright banned completely, just completely deleted from YouTube. Channels that have been on YouTube for years, multiple years, amassed thousands upon thousands of subscribers, and they were completely wiped during the whole Carlos Mazza. It was like a switch. They switched, and everything was, thousands of channels were affected.
Yeah, so they had a list, and they just went bing, 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 bing. So if anybody says that I'm paranoid,
right,
Vince is, or people who think like us about this bias, I mean, we have empirical evidence now. Well, let me ask you a question. They talk about breaking up which isn't going to happen soon. It'll take forever because anything that goes through the legal system. But you think eventually they're going to break up these big tech companies?
You know, it'd be nice to see. The problem is that there's lots of money going to lobbyists and politicians in order for that not to happen. So I think that Facebook jumped something like, I can't remember the number, but it was a very high number, money that I'll never see, right, sort of a number I'll never see in my entire life, right, of working, went to lobbyists and eventually into politicians' pockets. So there's a very strong push against it at the federal level My whole thing is at the state level, if state politicians, if we were able to encourage our congressmen or our senators to file some sort of a legislation within our state legislature that would say that we're going to fine these tech companies $100,000 each time they take a post down for hate speech, that might get the ball rolling, and we can do it, in a federalist manner instead of at the federal level, which is very difficult to get done. Josh Hawley is certainly a ray of hope. I think if we look at some of the things that has talked about and some of the legislation that he has proposed, but it's very difficult to get something like done at the federal level with all the lobbyist money flowing around there.
Did you see the clip I just played from my special that they have a problem with?
I didn't. I came in, I think, probably at the end.
Okay. I used the word, I was yelling at my audience, it's tongue-in-cheek. They're obviously not, I call them faggy liberals because they didn't laugh at one joke. I've been known to do that. I've actually had other comics bust my balls and go, will you take it easy? Not everything's funny. But I swear to God, I in the bit, I talk about the wall, and I said, first of all, I think the wall's stupid. Why do we need a wall? We have machine guns and flamethrowers.
Right.
But then I called my audience for not laughing or whatever. I said, faggy liberal. I swear to God, that's the problem.
Wait, who wrote about you?
Well, it was Facebook. Just put up, specifically, I don't know if it was anybody specific, right, Jason? It was just Facebook in general pulling it down, saying that it was hate speech. And,
great.
Great. So, like I said, one part, I'm thrilled that I'm on their radar, but I do need the money, I'm still flying.
Yeah. I posted the video of the young gentleman dumping water on police officers in New York City on Instagram, and that was taken down for hate speech recently too. I think just this morning I got an alert from Instagram saying that was hate speech to post the video of that happening. So, that's just the way that it goes. Of course, we're never going to win.
You posted it without any inflammatory language? It was just the video?
I just said something. I said something to the effect of, I posted the video. I said something to the effect of, police should just stop going into these areas until this stops. I think something like that. I can't remember exactly the wording I phrased, but maybe that was, they determined that as hate speech. But it was just, but really the content was just the video of them dumping water on police officers, which I know you've obviously heard is a trend going on.
Yeah, now it's happening in Atlanta. But how seriously, anybody being unbiased looking at that, how could that somehow be interpreted as hate speech? You're defending the cops and law and order against a bunch of punks. And in New York, they found a few of those guys. One kid was a gang member. And that's where we're at, thanks to fucking de Blasio and people like him.
Shocker. And it seems like they're the whole Baltimore thing and the whole New York thing and the whole Detroit thing and the whole St. Louis thing and all the rest, and especially with them calling Trump racist now recently for his tweets about Baltimore. It seems like that's just all fake. It's just all fake news. Baltimore is actually a great city to live in, and I would encourage you to. It's very cheap. You can move right in there and no worries whatsoever. Detroit's an awesome city as well. I think parts of New York where these police officers are getting attacked with water, I would not be hesitant to move into that wonderful area. I think that it's just all fake news. I think Trump is a racist, and I agree with Elijah Cummings.
I have a timeshare condo in Detroit and Baltimore, and I share it with crackheads. They
right, just sleeping on.
I go, listen, Tyrone, I got my kids here for the summer, and we want to enjoy the.
Comes with a hammock.
The what?
Comes with a hammock on the front porch.
It comes with a Kevlar hammock, and I mean, what the fuck? The rule of law, and that's when I get nervous. When we're talking to Vince James from the Red Elephants. That's when I get nervous, when the law starts giving the law the finger. In other words, like the sanctuary cities saying, we'll do what we want, fuck federal law. I mean, that's when I have a buddy who's a cop for 30 years, and he goes, and he's a lawyer now, but he goes, that's when you get nervous, when the law is giving the finger to the law. That's when shit unravels fast. And that's what the Dems are running on. I mean,
right.
Are you shitting me? What are your feelings in 2020? Do you think this whole thing, they're still thinking about impeachment? They're talking about impeachment. Nadler, he has a personal beef with Trump that goes way back. I was too lazy to read the article. I kept looking at his fat face, his picture from 1970 when he weighed. Hey, he looked like a red elephant. Let's be honest. But
yeah, I don't think that they're going to pursue that unless Nancy Pelosi feels extremely pressured by all sides to pursue impeachment, which she does. The reason why she's just not going to do that is because she knows what happened to the Republicans in the subsequent election after they pushed for impeachment with Bill Clinton. It's not a popular thing. I mean, look at all the polling. It's not a popular. People just want to get back to normal. They don't want to hear about Mueller anymore. No one cares about Mueller. It's like the least popular thing ever. No one cares about Mueller. It's over now. Let's just get past it. That entire thing backfired completely on the Democrats, as I'm sure you've seen. The Mueller looked like a senile, or at least he looked like he was playing the part of a senile old man. But he just
I think you just hit it on the head. That was my take on it. That he's such a good lawyer and liar. They're fucking synonymous. Right. He was acting just like the fucking black guy in CNN that was crying. Yeah. Mueller was acting like Mr. Magoo. Hey, what page you on? The first 5 minutes I was buying, I go, this guy's senile. But then he kept laying it on.
Right.
They would quote him. He goes, "Who said that?" They're like, "You fucking said it." No, I didn't.
It's in your report. What do you mean? No.
I swear to God, he met with De Niro and took act classes for a week. But here's the thing. You say that, look, people are sick of the Mueller hoax and all this shit. But now I just saw a poll today, a Fox News poll. It said 47% want to impeach, 45% don't. So somebody's buying it, are they not?
I don't know. Only 40% of the country votes. So, only 40% of the eligible voting population votes. I think that's what the numbers is. We don't really know what the majority of the population truly feels until it all comes down to it. But the fact of the matter is that they're just really we just need to let them. I think that we need to sit back a little bit and let them kind of destroy themselves, because that's what's going on here. Everyone knows. We can't just. We have people denying reality. Everyone knows that Baltimore's a shithole. Everyone knows that Trump. Why is it racist for Trump to say that Baltimore's a shithole? Everyone knows it's a shithole. Even people like Don Lemon know that Baltimore is a shithole. He lives in Sag Harbor, which is 90% white. Even he chooses to live around white people.
Well,
right.
He's what? Well, you can't find antique shops in downtown Baltimore. Right. But who knows more about shitholes than Don Lemon? Listen.
Right.
Oh, was that a gay joke? No, I was just saying. But you're right. He lives in Sag Harbor. I mean, Jesus Christ. So you think it's gonna? First of all, as far as impeachment, you have to be guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors. I don't even know what the hell that is. Well, what would be the specific charge? I don't know. What?
They wanted the soundbite. All they wanted was that soundbite. Trump. I did not exonerate Trump for obstruction of justice. That's all it is. It was a goalpost move from collusion to obstruction of justice, and all they wanted was the soundbite that they can use forever of Mueller saying, "I did not exonerate Trump for obstruction of justice." But the problem is the whole entire thing, whether he was acting or not, it just made them look more ridiculous than they already were looking. And, on top of the whole infighting with AOC and Pelosi and all this other stuff that's going on. And of course, all the anti-white hatred coming from the media, I think that we're just going to see views harden over time. And as long as something drastic doesn't happen, no October surprises that's going to hurt Trump in the election, I think he's going to come away with an easy win. That's my opinion on that.
Wouldn't it be funny that right before the 2020 race, all of a sudden they have footage of Trump at a hotel in Russia, two hookers peeing on each other, he's belly laughing, he's in his under.
I think that might increase his voting.
I was just going to say that. It's the only things I liked about Bill Clinton. All the shit that they hated about Clinton was the only stuff I liked about him. He snorted coke, he had a bad temper. Not he thought he was raping women, but, he was all the stuff to make a guy a guy. So it's ridiculous. So let me ask you, before I let you go, who do you think is going to, as far as the Dems, who's going to be the nominee? I mean, Biden's in his late hundreds. He has osteoporosis. He makes Mueller look fucking sharp.
Right.
Who do you see? Kamala Harris hates white people and men. Bernie Sanders is almost irrelevant with his fucking socialist horseshit. Pete
Bernie
Buttigieg,
Sanders
I'd like
is
to punch him right in his midget face. Go ahead.
Bernie Sanders is just trying to make more money so he can purchase his fourth vacation home. He's just trying to get that money, get those shekels while he can.
Whoa! Shekels.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
You are going to get in deep shit for shekels. We all know that's a, that's an anti-Jewish term.
Right.
Shekels.
I was referring to it in the I guess in the not Jewish way. So.
I used to say that when my landlord looked for the rent. What do you want, your shekels?
But I think that he's just trying to get his money. I think that he's just trying to make as much money as possible. I think that Kamala Harris, though, I think that she has the potential to get the endorsement from Barack Obama because, they're basically the same skin color. So he would probably prefer to endorse the same sex, too.
They wear the same jeans. They both wear helmets when they ride bikes. Couple of fucking fruits.
Right. So I think that Barack Obama would probably prefer to endorse someone like Kamala Harris, and she is rising in the polls, by the way, pretty steadily. As you said, Biden, he's old as dirt, and then I think that's pretty much about it. I don't really think anyone else is too close behind, are they? In the average, I don't think.
So you'd say Kamala, right now you'd say Kamala Harris has the edge.
I would say Kamala Harris would have the edge. It depends on with the campaigning, of course. It depends on future debates. But I think her strategic attack on Biden during the last debate, I think it was intelligent on her part. And I think that was probably one of the main drivers of her rising in the polls so quickly.
Were you at Daytona? I just heard cars going by at 100 miles.
The car going behind me. I'm in a different room of the house because I have something going on in the regular room where I typically record at. But
I know what's going on. You're packing canned goods and guns and shit for the shit goes down. Hey Vince, I appreciate you taking the time, man. Keep up the good fight, and we're with you on all this as far as demonetization. It's fucking fascism from the left. So keep your chin up, and we'll talk soon again. I hope.
They're communists. Certainly communists. I think communists and fascists, while tactics are sometimes similar, I think that we have to make that difference. We have to make that difference known. They're communists. These communists are winning in the culture war, and hopefully we can intervene.
There we go. It's Vince James, everybody from the Red Elephants. Well, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. I like that guy. I like he's in a paneled, nondescript room somewhere in a bunker. Kamala. What are the odds? I mean, we had our first male black president. He was the worst president in history. You going to follow up with a black broad? Woman? I can't take this out of my mouth. I'm like a 3-year-old with a pacifier. Oh, I just heard I got a fucking lung whistle. I might as well be in Nam swallowing Agent Orange. Like I said, I know 5 years from now I'm going to be laying on the couch at 3 in the morning. A lawyer's going to come on. Hi, did you or a loved one use the Juul? Non-stop, around the clock, from 2017 to 2019. Do you have shit in your blood? Or blood in your shit? Shit in your blood. That has nothing to do with smoking. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? So as far as my Facebook thing being pulled down, it's important because, ladies and gentlemen, we stream live free on Mondays on Facebook and stuff. So this is why you guys might want to think about Patreon if you want to get more of the shows and I might have to find another. Hopefully not. Hopefully they're not that biased, but Jesus, there's no evidence of that. So it's a good warning. Speaking of people who lose their temper, other than Elijah Cummings, did anybody see my boy Trevor Bauer? He's a pitcher for the Indians. He was having a bad day, and I kind of like this silliness. I know people go, but show me a good loser. I'll show you a fucking loser. And this guy acted like this is how I acted in high school. Hold on there, fucking jumpy. Again, where you going, to clean your toilets? No. Jesus, Jason, relax. I will give you the cue. I will throw a baseball at your head at 90 miles an hour. Oh, by the way, speaking of baseball, did you see what my boys did to the Yankees? Anal rape for 3 nights straight. They lost last night, but did you see the runs they put up? 19 in the first game, 10 or 11 in the next, 9 or whatever. I couldn't even get... It was like watching football. It was extra points and shit. And oh, my God. They are red hot. Everybody's scared of the Red Sox because they are the defense, and they're getting their shit together. Just make a move. The trade deadline's on Wednesday. Make a move. Will you? The worst thing they did was not bringing Kimbrel back and keeping Joe Kelly. But I don't... That's all math and luxury taxes. We don't get into that. We live that for the mathematicians and the economics, like Bernie Sanders, who thinks teachers should be paid like baseball. But anyways, Trevor Bauer, he lost his shit on Sunday. They lost to the Royals 9-6, and Francona came out to take him out. He says he was mad at himself when he did this. I don't know. You guys decide.
Before he came out, watch this. He turns and fires it. Thankfully, he threw it against the board, so there was nobody in the seats there to get hit with it. But you don't do that when your manager's coming out. It's disrespectful. So Francona's going, what the heck was that? And Brower goes, my bad, Skip, I'm sorry. And he goes, go grab some pie, and I'm going to see you in a little bit.
You know what I'm laughing at? The center fielder who had his back to. Imagine if he threw it on a line and drilled him in the back. But you hear that, oh, lucky it didn't hurt any fans. Nobody sits out there. And even if they did, it's a fly ball. It's not like he threw a fucking cutter. But he lost his temper because, he blew a fielding play and a couple runs scored, and he lost his shit.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
So Francona let into him a little bit, but here he is after the game, and again, boys can't be boys. You got to go out and make the fucking... I don't know who wrote this. Maybe he's a pretty eloquent kid, but this sounded like it was right from a lawyer or his agent. They sent him a text going, say this, or you're going to be in... Because it's a trade deadline. People are looking at this kid, so go ahead.
I just wanted to say a couple things. First and foremost, I owe a sincere apology to all my teammates, my coaching staff, the organization, and all of our fans for how I conducted myself today. It was unbecoming. It was childish, unprofessional. There's no place for it in the game. Happy that it didn't result in any physical injury for anybody else. I realize I put people in danger. I want to be clear that my frustrations were with myself and my inability to stop the situation.
It was unbecoming? No, it wasn't. You know what it showed? You have a great arm. If I'm a fucking GM looking for a relief pitcher, I'm all over you. Look, he's got a temper. He just threw that ball 400 feet. I think he's a marketing genius. His stock just went up. Jackie Bradley, who has maybe the best arm in baseball, you know what he did at Fenway? Like this is preseason or something. He was in his street clothes. He was in his jeans and like a polo shirt. He threw the ball from home plate into the fucking center field bleachers at Fenway. Can you imagine having a gun like that? You wouldn't need a real gun. Somebody's breaking into your car, you fucking just pick up a rock. It would go through him like a hollow point bullet. Why couldn't I have been born with that type of skill? Anyways, Trevor Bauer with his nice apology and shit. But you know what? I'm telling you, man, that doesn't bother. Trust me. And Francona is a funny son of a bitch. I'm sure he had him into the office after and goes, dude, what are you doing? I know he joked about it. I'm hoping. But Bauer's name has been tied to plenty of rumors, but his actions on Sunday may not have helped him attract other clubs. I disagree. The Tribe's righty had been hot over the last 9 starts, going 5-1. This is over 9 starts. That's a good sample size. 2.82 ERA. He finished his afternoon with 8 runs charged to his name, 7 earned on 9 hits with 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. So he kind of, he didn't have a good game.
And you blew it! You blew it!
Nah, I don't think he did. What did Terry Francona say? He said, so many things went wrong in that inning. Number 1, I was managing. No. We lost a ball in the sun. We get the tapper back to the mound. He fucks that up. I'm paraphrasing. There's a walk or 2 mixed in, some hits and a couple balls that weren't hit hard. It seemed like everything that could have happened did. When the Tribe skipper reached the rubber, Bauer put his hand on Francona's shoulder, tapped his chest, saying, "My bad," showing his reaction was about his performance rather than being directed toward Francona. That's just between us, Francona said when they asked what his message. I love how the announcers asked that question. Why did you say it? Mind your fucking business. I said, that was a hell of a toss. We're going to put you at third. Anyways, it wouldn't bother me. I'm for that type of foolishness. Finally tonight, let's end on a light note, shall we? We know the weather's hot out there. The UK has experienced unbelievable. It's so hot in the UK, the Muslims are taking off their fucking scarves and shit. Showing their ankles. That's how hot it is in England. As temperatures soar to unbearable highs today, experts are urging women not to try this one thing at home. Let me guess, making your husband a sandwich? Some women might become, listen to this, some women might become so desperate for relief from the heat that they actually consider inserting ice lollies. That would be a popsicle. Ice lollies. What a faggy country. Fucking ice lollies. I stuck an ice lolly in my fing-fing. They might consider inserting ice lollies into their vaginas, believing that it would help.
My vagina's angry.
It's hot, too.
It is. It's pissed off.
Who's got a nutty buddy? Dr. Sarah Welch warned women not to put ice lollies anywhere near their genitals. Can you believe I'm reading this? She said, the vagina is composed of very delicate and sensitive skin, hence things that may seem innocent to other areas of the body, you know, like you stick a popsicle in your ass, nobody says anything. If they come in contact with a vagina, can cause infections, irritations, and damage. The ice can stick to the delicate skin of the vagina. You know, like when you put your tongue on a fucking metal pole when you're a kid at the bus stop? Are you comparing my pussy to a mailbox? Yes. The ice can stick to the delicate skin of the vagina and cause real trauma and damage. That's what she says, and I believe her. Dr. Welsh says that the sugar in the lolly, okay, so get sugar-free ones. I've just saw that potentially disrupt the natural pH of the vagina, which always smells like a bed of roses, as we know. And if all that didn't sound horrible enough, there's also the added concern that the lolly could break inside of you, if you're lucky. Anybody seen my almond crunch? Oh, I saw Diane with it in the bathroom. A cool shower without internal douching and keeping well hydrated should suffice. Remember that, Deke. In June, listen to this. In June, a nurse begged ladies not to try, listen to this. This they call men dumb. In June, a nurse begged ladies not to try and vacuum their periods after 2 young women were hospitalized for doing just that. They took a dirt vac to their friend. She claimed the woman aged 19 and 23 had used a Hoover to try and suck up the blood and end their periods early. I gotta be honest, I'd do the same thing, huh? You're a chick, you got a date with an underwear model, you're like, for Christ's sake, I'm bleeding like the fucking stuck pig here.
Why didn't they just put a tampon in the freezer?
Not a bad question. I do that all the time. I suck on them. Blood popsicles. Over the last few months, females have also been urged not to put, listen to this, garlic, parsley, or cucumbers in their vagina. It's a pussy. It's not a roast chicken. Jesus.
Make me a sandwich. Make me a fucking sandwich.
I am. I put 2 pieces of turkey and then some lettuce. Ladies, don't put popsicles in your vagina. That's what they say. You know what you do? Freeze pops. They're in plastic.
Well, we have those Magnum ice cream bars. That's what happens here in the United States.
I was going to end the show on a high note, you fucking weasel. You sucked the wind out of the room. That was Rich weighing in, who's recently unemployed. He's got plenty of job offers. He's going to work at Belk, selling hats to black women during Easter. All right. That's a Southern joke, folks. That is it for today. I want to thank... Go ahead.
We've got super chats and drive-bys.
Well, I didn't know we had super chats. Rich too busy making funny jokes. Go ahead with the super chats. Hurry up.
Simple Logic 90 said Nick loved the show. Trump didn't say anything that wasn't shown in The Wire on HBO.
Exactly right. And the guy who directed or created it, Simon, is bad-mouthing Trump. He goes, Trump wouldn't have the balls to come down here. Yeah, you're making his point for him, dummy. Go ahead.
Nate said Nick just wanted to say hey.
Hi, Nate. How are you? Thank you for the money.
And President Trump was in the room. He said, Nick, the Red Sox suck, but you're okay.
Obviously a New Yorker who's bitter. But anyways, Mr. Trump loves me and loves my comedy. You'll see real soon when I break into the White House and climb over the fence and force him at gunpoint to watch my special. All right, here's we do a drive-by segment. Jason goes out on the weekends because he's not cleaning his apartment, and he films people. Let's take a look at what you got, Jason. It's David Letterman sitting there with Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, a Mets shirt! Jason, did you see that? Pause. You know what's... Go back to the guys on the bench. Look it. You know what's funny? That guy could pause. That guy could be a serial killer. We're all laughing right now. That lady's drugged next to him. She looks pregnant. Is that a lady? The fuck is that? A relief pitcher for the A's. How do we know that broad's not kidnapped and drugged? Look, he's just sitting there out in the open. Go ahead. Next. Let's go!
Renovations to Huntington Hall.
This is a Ron White concert Jason went to. I don't know how, but somebody get that lady's address. I can't get lats like that. Look at the background. You could play handball off that. Jesus Christ, is she bigger than her husband, who's 6'8", 270? That's a white CC Sabathia. And Fox News girls are at the show. See all the blondes? Next. I have no idea what to say about this one. It's an interracial couple. Ted Danson and... she puts her hat on. Looks like a Mets hat. She's a baseball fan, and he's a fan of what? Irrigating ditch? What's with the fucking hat? And the cart. Who knows what's in there? I'm guessing a baby who's burning to death in that sun as they enjoy drinks. Next. Holy shit, Freddie Mercury's ghost is alive and well. Check out Freddie Mercury in the red... That is a tight ass. I'm not gay, but I'm just saying. And these three girls don't even notice it. Watch. Look, nothing. They have their gaydar on. He's heading, obviously, to a Porto toilet with his life partner for a quick hand job before they go to the ABBA, whatever concert. Cover band. Go ahead. Here is a white cop dressed as a fat black woman looking for weed in this guy's hat. Don't touch your shit, bitch. I'll stab you. Look at that. I have no idea what is under the hat. You know what's under the hat? She put a pot roast under there like a week ago. Sure it ain't in there, Tyrone? All right, next. I'm glad we did this.
Dude, what's wrong? Dude, get it.
There you go. This is what you find on Tinder, ladies. All right, I didn't ask you to play it again, fuckhead. See the number 238? Those are the number of STDs he's had from fucking plants. This guy's humping a fern. What broad wouldn't want a piece of him? Look at him. He's going to be the fourth blue-collar guy. This is what girls find on fucking dating apps. Do not come on that fern. Go ahead. Holy shit. It's the Black Willy Wonka. Look, he's got $10,000 rims on an $8 bike. That is just... All right, that's enough. I've had enough. All right. Those are drive-bys we do every now and then. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again. Thanks to Vince James, the Red Elephants. We appreciate him coming on the show. NickDip.com for all your tour dates. This show drops at 7 o'clock tonight. I should probably mention that. A breath of fresh air. I think we're going to hit 600,000 the next day or so. Anything else? Cameo.com. Anything, Jace?
New dates in Vegas this September.
Vegas dates. I already read those, and you bring them up again. I don't have them in front of me. What are they?
They are September 26th through the 28th.
There you go, 26th through the 28th. And that's my manager Tommy's room. It looks like a showcase room that Frank Sinatra would sing in. It is stunning, and it's going to be a great club. When Tommy runs the thing, he does it right. So I'll be there, okay? And I actually can't wait. I don't look forward to too many gigs anymore until I'm on stage. You know, staying at the Motel 6 in Nashville really gets on my nerves. All right, we will remember, you guys think it, I will say it. You're very welcome, and thank you again for supporting the show. We will see you on Patreon tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, everybody.